So today we're going to be talking about project-specific inventory with Jason and Alex. Had to make sure I got the right hands there. They're both seasoned Acumatica consultants. They've been doing this for a while and pretty much experts in their individual industries. So Alex, can you tell the audience a little bit about your area of expertise in Acumatica?
Yeah, thanks for having us on today, Salina. My area of expertise really focuses around inventory management and e-commerce.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and Jason?
And I'm field service, distribution, and as well as some project management as well.
Okay, awesome. Mm-hmm. So what brought this up today was I have a lot of prospects ask if you can allocate inventory to a project in Acumatica. Mm-hmm. So how does that work? Is that possible even? And what would that look like?
Yeah, it's something we run into a lot with clients actually.
Mm-hmm.
You have a project, you're working on it, maybe you have this big warehouse and you have hundreds of different items, different SKUs. It's really hard to figure out what is reserved for something else. It's really hard to add those controls that can prevent somebody from using that good in the wrong place. Mm-hmm. So what we've really seen a lot of improvements with Acumatica on is the idea of project-specific inventory. Mm-hmm. So instead of having to have a separate piece of your warehouse roped off or a physical location or get everything maybe drop shipped to a client, which may have additional freight costs or anything like that, you can get that sent to your warehouse and we can actually reserve that inventory in the system right from the purchase order just by marking the project, task, and associated information that we want to allocate it to.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
What we've been noticing a lot of is, warehouses are quite dense, a lot of various products going on, and it's also a lot of extra manual work on an inside of an ERP to make sure everything's allocated, separated. So this project-specific inventory you were talking about really just kind of helps streamline stuff, makes it really easy to kind of, diverse or separate out your inventory. So this way, inventory is going for that project specifically, and you're not having any confusion for, what did you buy this for, where is it going, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, absolutely. And to take it a step farther, not only do you have that advantage on the purchasing side and the warehouse management side, you can also do that in your sales order. So let's say you're shipping goods to a customer now related to a specific project or something that you're tracking. You can mark that on those lines of the orders. It's going to ensure that you're selecting those goods that you've already reserved for this, making sure you're not accidentally grabbing something from somewhere else or maybe just not pulling from a common stock or something like that you just have on hand.
Yeah.
Right.
So what if you don't use sales orders in Acumatica?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we've actually developed something inside at Strategies to be able to manage projects utilizing this new feature without needing that whole order management module. And we've actually built a side panel that's able to, see what you've purchased, what you issued to the job site, so what's costed actuals to your project, and then not only from there, you can ship out the goods individually, all within that project module. And we've noticed, Acumatica has a lot of screens, and there's a lot of various pieces that can come into it, but we've really simplified it down into one screen on a project side in the projects module that a lot of our customers really enjoy, using on a day-to-day basis, and from there, kind of get a bird's eye view to run their day-to-day operation.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is there any unique cases that you've seen or anything like that you think a contractor should be utilizing this solution for this purpose?
Yeah. It depends. The side panel is a really good tool if you're not having a massive project that you don't want to use a sales order, kind of a running list of everything. And that's where the side panel kind of comes into play. But if you have a big project, I'm sure, Alex, you could probably come up with a couple different examples. But, those big, maybe it's a development of multiple homes or, a big, warehouse that they're building out with a lot of different various parts. We can go both ways. Maybe you want to give us a couple examples you run into, Alex?
Yeah, one of the most interesting examples I've seen was with fire suppression systems. I would have never guessed how many pieces and, different little parts go into all that complex thing. It's all behind the scenes, behind the walls. You never realize it. But it's really difficult. You need the specific size fittings and pipings and all those different aspects. And I found that that's a really nice way to be able to manage those, where you can say, okay, you may have 1,000 different types of pipe or different fittings and sizes or lengths in the warehouse, but you can say, okay, these ones are all for these projects. This is exactly where they are. When I'm ready to assemble that, all I need to do is do my one button click, see my lists. You can go grab those from my warehouse, one more button click, and now they're all issued to the project and expensed appropriately.
That's awesome.
And that probably saves lives when it's done properly.
Yeah.
But thank you guys. This was awesome. This is something really cool in the system that I didn't really know that much about. So thanks for sitting with me today.
Oh, thanks for having us on, Salina. It was wonderful.
Awesome.
Awesome.